Stop waiting for special occasions. Like, every day should be an occasion because you show up. That's it, period. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It is your favorite girl, Tiana Aromi. I am doing a chit chat get ready with me today. Guys, we haven't done this in a very long time, so hopefully we can get this done because I'm not really that great at like multitasking. When I say multitasking, doing my makeup and, you know, chatting to you guys. I'm gonna be looking this way just because the mirror is that way.
I've been trying to get over you. I've been crying, tell me, what can I do?
So before we get into it, I was having a Q&A on my Instagram. Thank you everyone who is here supporting my Instagram. If you're not following my Instagram already, that way, you know, follow, support your girl. I was doing like ask me a question and someone said, how do you do it, the healing process? I'm trying, but I'm using a very good guide to heal. And I was like, Lord, not a good guy, girl, no. And I responded, I'm really big on self-reflection, journaling, self-development. Pause, by the way, guys, if this video is all over the place, just enjoy it. Put a thumbs up, leave a comment. You know, this is just kind of like my thoughts. I don't have that many notes. I really want to speak from the heart, but yeah. I continued by saying this doesn't happen overnight. I've been doing this for a minute now. I'm not perfect, but I'm definitely obsessed with being my best self. So I'm consistently checking in with myself, evaluating how I feel, why I feel a type of way. Biggest thing about facing my trauma, the first lockdown forced me to face certain things that I ran away from. I accept myself, flaws and all, and I understand that I'm still evolving. Give yourself grace during the journey because that is what it is. It's a journey, guys. This is literally just us being us. I'm not going to talk about my makeup at all. I don't feel like you guys come on here for my makeup. I'm not one of those girls. But yeah, let's get into it. So what's been going on with me? Let me check in with you lot. What's been going on with you? Like, I would love you guys to like comment down below, if possible, if you're like open to share, just like what season you're in, like what's going on with you, like how are you? Just because I'm in a space right now where I feel like I don't really understand what season I'm in. I've been told to like, you know, prepare for your blessings, all that stuff that people say, but I'm just like, girl, you're telling me to prepare for my blessings, girl. I don't even know what's coming. I don't know. Like, I don't know. Am I the only one that feels like, you know, I don't know what I should be preparing for or what the preparation stage looks like? Like, I understand, like, I'm very consistent with my work. Sometimes I feel guilty and I'm just like, you know, am I preparing enough? Like, am I doing enough? Because you know that saying where they always say, you know, do your part and God will do the rest. And I'm just like, sometimes I'm just like, girl, are you doing enough? I don't know, like, how much more can I give of myself? Like, that's really me right now. I went through like a really trauma facing like experience in the first like lockdown. That's the thing about life. Like, sorry guys, I'm gonna apologize again because I feel like my thoughts will be everywhere, but I'm really praying that this will bless someone and this will kind of like guide someone to whatever. I have done so much work on myself, like, in this life. I feel like I started becoming more self-aware during university. I just knew certain things about myself. I feel like that's when my real self journey started. My journey into knowing myself and loving myself and being who I needed to be for the woman that I'm becoming and want to become. Yeah, I feel like that started then, and I felt like I did so much work on myself, like ridiculously, and I thought I got into a space where I was good, and then lockdown happened and I realized, woo, child, you have not even faced half of the things that you think you're over. And obviously, like, I have put myself out there, like, when it comes to like the dating world, which I never really used to do, because the relationships that I got into in the past were like literally through friendships or things just forming so organically, like I just didn't know how it came about. Oh girl, you put too much foundation on, but it's okay. But I was in a very, it's a bit weird. I was in a very long ass situation. Call it situation because boy, they evidently, there was just a certain situation that I thought I had healed from, and I do definitely believe now I'm completely over that whole person, that whole situation. But then I realized that I was kind of like falling into the same pattern over and over again with certain people, and it's something that I'm still trying to understand. But I feel like my journey right now first started when I accepted myself. Like I feel like the healing, if we're going to talk about healing, I feel like I stepped into my healing when I fully accepted myself. Like you guys get to see the fun Tiana, like that lighting is not it, boy. Chair, what you doing? I feel like you guys get to see the fun Tiana, the Tiana that's always like twerking on tables, and I don't really mind because I don't feel like everyone needs to see every part of you. Like I give people the fun side of me, and I'm okay if that's all they think I have to offer. Like it doesn't bother me at all, because I know that my friends who are with me and the people that I've been with know that there's like a deeper level to me, and I'm okay with that. I came into my healing when I fully accepted myself, and I think I struggled a lot because I was like, wow, how would God like accept someone who's so loud, who's so bold, who's so crazy? Like and I think I've spoken about this before, where when I used to go to church, I used to just feel so uncomfortable because I just didn't feel like I fit in with any of like anything that was said, like how women are meant to be. And that obviously is what triggered me creating this channel. I wanted to show people, you know, it's actually okay to be yourself. And I think that was the moment that I fully accepted myself, flaws and all, because obviously like when you grow up in the church or around like church people, they'll be like, yeah, but like you tell them, oh, like this is who I am, they kind of like make you feel like, oh, that your version of acceptance isn't good enough. I feel like you have to accept yourself, even the ugly parts, for God to even work on anything. Like God can't work on the parts that you hide or the parts that you fake. So I think like even sometimes when people look at my lifestyle and then I mention God, it's just like a shock. But it's just like I've accepted myself. I don't need to fake anything, and I won't be pushed to fake anything. And I felt like I went into space one time when I was trying to fit in with the whole church lifestyle, where I really just suppressed who I am. Like I like going out, I love meeting people, I'm loud, I'm bold, it's all a part of who I am. But there will be a day, yeah, where I'm gonna move on to something else. There's gonna be like another part of me that wants more, but right now these are the things that I love doing, and I don't feel guilty about it. And like you might feel convicted because that's your weakness, and that's what you need to, you know, that's what you need to work on. But I feel like when I fully accepted myself, I think it really made certain people uncomfortable, because it's like especially like when you're in church, like people put on this facade and they're not really living the truth that they want to live in. And I don't think that you're able to really be in Christ and flourish in Christ when you're being fake and you're lying about the things that you want, and you're lying about, you know, just you're just not being your full self, and you're not fully enjoying yourself the way you want to enjoy yourself. And then that leads into just doing things behind closed doors that like probably create like addictions and things like that. I hope this is making sense. I was like, God accepts me the way I am. Yes, he doesn't agree with certain things that I do. God accepting me doesn't mean like your parents or like your loved ones accepting you doesn't mean that they love every single part of you. It's just saying that, you know what, no matter what, I love you inside out, all around. And I think sometimes a lot of us like pull away from God because we're like, we don't know if he will accept us, because we haven't really accepted ourselves either. And I really think it's so important to get into a state where you accept yourself, you accept your nasty bits. Me, I know one thing about me is I can be cold. I don't know what it is, and I'm still figuring it out, my triggers. Like, one thing I don't really understand is what triggers me, and why I respond to conflict in certain ways, and that's something I'm definitely like on a mission to like discover. But I also accept that, like, I'm not saying it's like, oh, that's who I am, but I accept that part of me because it is how I respond right now. I'm going to work on it, but I accept that I'm not always nice to people. I accept that I'm not always my best self. I accept that sometimes I can do more, but I feel like when you accept that, that's when you're able to tackle stuff. And I really do believe that's when change can happen. I was watching an interview actually one time. I really like to watch like celebrity interviews, just mindset and things like that. And I remember Sweetie saying something like she made a promise to herself that she wouldn't put out anything that didn't represent, like, that she didn't really love. Like, and I think we're in a generation right now where people are just putting out things that we believe other people will like, or other people will validate, or things that, you know, that caters to the world but doesn't really cater to our soul. And she said that she made a promise that she would never put herself in a situation where she does that. And I feel like I really took on that that mindset, and since then I feel like everything I produce, even from this video to my channel to my Instagram work to the content creating that I do for brands, that everything is literally from the depth of my soul. And regardless if it gets the likes or not, that I love it. Like, because I remember there was a time where a picture didn't do well and I deleted it because I didn't really like it either. I was just like, this is gonna get the likes, and it didn't get the likes, and I was just like, well, they didn't respond to it well, let me just delete it. And I think if you live in a space where you do that, you will always be, you know, you always be waiting for the validation of others. And I think when I just look at certain things that I do and certain decisions that I make, and I'm just like, do you know what, regardless of what happens, I was happy with that decision. I was happy with what I did because I wanted to do it, and it came from a place of purity. That's even in my content creation. Like, you'll see on my Instagram feed right now, like, it's filled with colors. And I used to be in a space where, like, I follow obviously my faves, like your Only Bells, your Vons, and all these big names, and I was just like, okay, what is working for them? Let me do what is working for them. And I was just like, I love these girls, but none of this, like, I think I even tried to do like a neutral feed one time, and this is like so minor, but it's just the little things that happen when you're not really being yourself. And it's just like, once I just started just making content that was a true reflection of who I am, because I'm a colorful babe. Like, I'm a colorful babe to the T. I am bold, I'm expressive. You know, on my Snapchat story on a Saturday night, you're gonna hear me screaming, "Ay!" till I can't A no more. That's a representation of me. And I feel like when I'm in that space, I never have any regrets. And I think in everything I do, that's how I want it to be. And it's just making conscious decisions every day to show up as your best self, show up as the person you want to see, not the person that the world wants to see, because the world will fluctuate. One day they like big booties, next day they're telling you pretty face, next day they're saying this is the standard. And the world is mad. Like, nah, the world is actually mad. The world is mad. Let's kind of like talk about dating. This is kind of like the first time that I have put myself out there when it comes to dating, and I'm being very intentional. And the one thing I'm noticing is I'm attracting a different level now. And I don't think you're able to do that until you really work on yourself and you give yourself time. When there's only one person I've really spoken about on my channel, and I haven't even spoken about him that much, which is my ex situation. But other than that, you will never really know if I'm with someone, and that's because most of the times I'm not, because I just wanted, I don't know, I felt like I went into a space where I really just wanted to be my best self. And although it took so long, yeah, and I'm not saying I'm my best self right now, because boy, God knows there's stuff we still trying to work on, and I don't think you ever stop working on yourself. That's the most annoying thing. But I'm definitely in a space mentally, physically, spiritually, still a bit half, where I can welcome the love that I want, and I definitely understand what I am looking for, not on a shallow sense, but more on a, what does Tiana need? The character and the person that I am, what I need. And this doesn't happen overnight, and I feel like it's so important, guys, like especially when you are in a space of growing and trying to be your best self, and you're falling so many times. No, I'm doing this the wrong. This is why, yeah, doing a get ready with me stresses me out, because it's just like I start doing things in the weirdest order. I just think it's so important, because sometimes I always have like my friends like just crying on the phone to me, just saying that, why am I this, why am I that, why does it not work out for me, what is wrong with me? Like the amount of times I hear it, and I'm having conversations with like my friends, women around me, people who message me, it's just like, there's nothing wrong with you. The space you're in right now and the frustration you're feeling right now is because you are putting in the work, but the results do take time. And I always say, like, beautiful things take time. It's not gonna happen overnight. I think when we are working on ourselves, there's gonna be a lot of things that will trip you up, because it's now time for the test to come. Like, it's now time for life to test you and be like, oh, you said you wanted to be a better person in this area. Okay, girl, let's see what you're saying, because I don't believe you. And then you trip up. You trip up, you do. But that doesn't mean you stay down. That doesn't mean you let life defeat you. That means you get the hell back up. And I need to hear this for myself as well, because right now I'm in a space where, why is the light so annoying? Yeah, you just need to get back up. And I'm definitely saying it to myself, because I am definitely in a space where I'm frustrated with a lot of things, but it's actually things that I cannot control. A lot of things will come around to test you, and when you fall, you just have to keep getting back up. Like, that happened with me a lot. The way I would fall so many times, I was like Tiana, what are you doing? Like, what are you actually doing? What are you doing? Like, why are you doing this to yourself? And you have to be sick and tired of yourself for things to start clicking. Even still, you might fall against this. That is part of the process. This is life. This is real life. And I just think, like, there will be a day, I promise you guys, like, talking from experience, there will be a day where everything just starts to click, and you start flowing in the rhythm that you've been patiently waiting for, and then everything starts making sense. And I feel like that's me right now. I am in a space where the guys I'm attracting, I'm like, where did you lot come from, and where have you been? You will start attracting things that just make so much sense for the person that you are right now, not the person that you used to be, not the situationships that you allowed yourself to fall into, not the girl that you were when you were just attracting silly boys who wanted to rip up your heart, or you said to yourself that you know, I don't even want anything too seriously, knowing that you're lying to yourself, girl. But you'll just start attracting things that make sense. But you have to heal for that energy to come and collide with you, because if you are a mess, you're going to ruin it. Like, if you're not in a space where you fully love yourself, like, I feel like right now I'm in a space where I am so into myself, not in a big-headed way, but that girl is pretty. That one over there, she's a good one. But I recognize my own beauty inside and out, and it's like, Nobody can tell me nothing. Nobody can tell me nothing. I defo believe like you proper have to be in that state for you to attract like good things. Like obviously I'm not saying that you're not gonna attract stupidity, because there is defo someone stupid that needs to get cut straight away. Cut it. I'm not mad, because I'm setting boundaries, and things and old patterns that used to happen before are not happening anymore. I always talk about the universe, and I feel like you are allowed to talk about the universe because God created the universe. I think people are sometimes like, oh my gosh, you believe in the universe, like, but you're a Christian. God created the universe. God said that, you know, things will work for your good, and I believe that when you start aligning yourself on a different frequency, the universe will start working for your good. Why not? And I really think that's the space I am right now when it comes to romantic relationships. But it doesn't happen overnight, and I can't tell you that there is a specific way to heal, or you have to go on this journey. It's for you to discover on your own, baby girl. Some people go to therapy and that is their healing. Some people go to therapy and that doesn't even work for them. You really have to get into a space of quiet seasons, I believe, where you can really talk to God and be like, God, where do you want me to go? What do you want me to do? What do you want me to hear? Let my eyes and ears be sensitive to the things that you say to me. And that is a prayer I've been praying for so long. And I used to pray it thinking, oh, I've been praying this prayer for time, you know, God, what's going on? But it starts clicking and you don't realize. And that's why it's so important to just be on a personal journey with God. I'm not saying my journey, my relationship with God right now is perfect. Trust me, it's really not. Like, I have my woes. I have my days where I'm literally in tears and I'm asking God why this is happening. But at the end of the day, I'm definitely in a space where I can be like, you know, girl, you are not where you used to be. Let's thank God for that first. I definitely feel like I'm ready to welcome love, just because at the frequency I'm vibrating on. Because of this, I'm attracting a lot of people that can sense that energy from me. Like, even from like the friendships that I have developed, like there's certain things in my personal journey that I'm in a season where I'm moving into certain things. I don't want to talk about it yet because I just feel like there's certain personal things that you just keep to yourself and you just allow yourself to work on, and then when you've been through it and when you come out of it, that's when you can talk on it. And I think just learn to protect your space more, because one of my friends definitely used to say that about me. She's like, you overshare so much. And I used to do it because I thought I have nothing to hide, like this is my life, like I've been there, I've done that, no regrets. But certain things you just keep to yourself. It's just like, not everyone needs to know that. Like your friends who are really there for you, yeah, share those moments with them. There's a lot of moments in this life that are that should be kept sacred. Not because you're scared of what people would say, but because just keep it to yourself, girl. Yeah, it's definitely not easy, but you can definitely affirm your the love that you want for yourself. There was a time in my life where I thought, I don't deserve that. Like, I don't deserve, this is all it's ever gonna be. And I settled for someone who was completely opposite of what was good for me. And I really, for a long time, believed, yeah, this is it. This is just, he accepts me for who I am and this is all I'm gonna find. And then after that situation crumbled at the hands of God, because I know God yanked me out of that situation, I had to start believing that there was more for me. And the reason why that ended was because God wanted to show me that there was more for me. I want to talk about investing in yourself. I didn't deep how much I didn't really invest in myself till now. And when I say invest in yourself, this is me becoming really shallow. It's invest in your looks. Invest in how you present yourself to the world. Because trust me, people treat you differently when you show up nice. Like, I don't know what it is. And I'm not saying makeup or things like that, because I look very nice without makeup. I personally love my skin without makeup, but like just investing in good skincare. I feel like once I got into once I started investing in myself, guys, And when I mean investing myself physically, but investing yourself like education wise, like buy that course. Don't be cheap. I don't believe in being cheap on yourself at all. I was a bargain queen, which I still am. There's some senses where I'm just like, nah, find a bargain, babe. But in a lot of senses where it makes sense, like I feel like just invest in yourself. Just pay that money, get your hair done, get your nails done, invest in the way you look. Because trust me guys, when I started putting in the work with the way I look, even just gymming and my body, the world is treating me differently. And that's that. And like I used to be that person that I was like, I'm not going to I'm not going to play into this whole the way the world operates. But trust me, you either have to play the game or you get left behind, because I feel like things really happen when I look nicer. I don't know why. And I just think the world is just so shallow, and it's just a shame that doors might open, opportunities might open. You might be able to be invited somewhere. You might be able to sit at the table with important people just because you look nice, or just because you I don't know what it is. But yeah, I started, and I noticed once I started investing in myself, like I was much more confident. Like I could go to a party with no makeup on, hands down. Did it already, done it before, can do it again, because I know my skin isn't perfect, and I don't believe in perfect skin, but I'm popping and I'm super 100% like comfortable in my skin, so I'm able to operate and maneuver with confidence because of that. Self-care is #1 for me, and I felt like as soon as I started investing and making that a priority, because naturally people think, oh, you're a woman, you should be doing that anyways. It's like, no, sometimes life is so busy, you don't even think about stuff like that. And some of us actually are not taught how to look after ourselves. Some of the stuff that, like getting your nails done, to me is not that much of looking after yourself, but it's part of the puzzle. But I just think once I started investing in my skin, investing in my body, going to gym, I go to sauna a lot, like you'll see my snap, gives me like this natural glow. Especially when I'm not wearing makeup. I don't really care how people take this, but you have to use your pretty privilege. I'm so sorry. There is certain spaces where you can operate and your pretty privilege can get you somewhere. And I'm not saying I have pretty privilege across the board. I don't feel like I'm a universal beauty, and I'm okay with that. Like it doesn't bother me. Like I know that there's certain places in the world where I probably won't be deemed as beautiful in some people's eyes, and I'm okay like that, i.e. Love Island. It doesn't bother me. But in spaces where I am appreciated and celebrated, I'm gonna use my pretty privilege. I'm gonna use it. And it might sound shallow, but trust me, I feel like life gives you a better experience when you do that. I don't know what it is. This sounds so crazy, but I feel like the girls who have tapped into it understand it, because I've had loads of conversations with certain women, and it's just like, yeah, they're onto the game, they understand the game, they understand how to navigate themselves in certain spaces, and it's like it's working in their favor, and it's just using your pretty privilege to get through the door. And then once you open your mouth, you know you have more to offer. I'm not saying just be pretty and that's it. I'm saying, like, unfortunately the world is shallow, and I used to rely on my brains more than anything else, and it got me to places. But I feel like pretty privilege has really done a 1-up, making sure my hair is done, my face, if I'm wearing makeup or not, at least I'm presentable. And I will never forget, one of my friends, he said women basically present themselves with makeup like that is your best self. And I was like, oh my gosh, I never realized that. Like, a lot of the times when we don't have our makeup on, we don't wear like nice clothes, our body language and our posture is more slouch. But as soon as we slap on makeup, we have this newfound confidence. And I wanted me personally to break that. I'm like, regardless if I've got makeup on or whatever, I'm always going to present myself in the best self. If I've got no makeup on, I'm still going to wear my favorite perfume. If I've got no makeup on, I'm still going to wear my jewelry. I'm still going to wear my best clothes, because me as a whole, me as a package, that is my best self. Not when I'm just wearing makeup, because yeah, I look bomb, But I'ma look bum anyways, regardless, makeup or not. Girl, invest in everything. Invest in, if you want that perfume, buy that perfume. If you want that dress, buy that dress. Wear that dress. Stop waiting for special occasions. Like, every day should be an occasion because you show up. That's it, period. And that's the mood I'm always in right now. Like, and I think my audience, especially on Instagram, people can see I'm really, I feel like I've really stepped into me. Ooh, child. I feel like it's so important to continue to just work on yourself. It's not easy, ladies. Let me tell you this from someone who is consistently reflecting, who's consistently discovering something about herself. I know it's not easy, but I know 100% that I am way better than what I used to be. I'm way confident. I thrive and I live within my skin, and I'm okay with me, and I understand that I'm still growing, and I've accepted me. And whoever doesn't, it's none of my business. It's really not. But understand that your healing process is going to take time. My healing process started when I started this channel. That's a long time. I've been on a journey since then. It's not gonna happen overnight, but you have to be intentional with your walk. You have to be intentional with yourself. You've got to show up for yourself every day. It's not hard, trust me. I cry a lot. I cry so much sometimes. I get so frustrated with myself. I beat myself up, but I've learned to give myself so much grace because my heart knows I'm putting in the work. I'm in your state of frustration is always gonna come because you know that you're doing all that you can. You're giving yourself all that you can, and that's where the frustration comes from. That's where the tears come from, because it's not that you're not doing the work. You're definitely doing the work, but it will take time. And I definitely encourage my beautiful women and any men who are here, because I know my audience is like literally like 99% women on here. Yeah, journal your experience, because I read my journal sometimes and I'm like, bruh, that's how I used to be. That's how I used to feel. That's who I used to be with. Girl. But you are doing so amazing, honestly. Just keep affirming yourself, knowing that you are beautiful, knowing that doors are opening for you, knowing that everything that you want is attracted to you. You don't have to chase anything because it's yours already. I hope you guys liked this get ready with me. It was very chit-chatty, from the heart. I don't know if you guys want more of these videos. Probably would not do it loads of times because I'm not really good at like doing my makeup and talking at the same time. However, I'm gonna get some women on here where we can talk about our feminine journey, because I don't know if you guys have noticed, I've tapped into like a different level of like my femininity, and I see that working for me as well. And I'm just like, I love this. It's like a flower that's blossomed, and I didn't know that there was a different level yet. You know when you've hit a level, yeah, okay, I'm talking too much. You know when you've hit a level and then you discover a new level. I feel like I'm on a new level right now, and it's like, rah, there's gonna be many new levels. I'm loving this journey. But yes, make sure you're subscribed, guys. Please continue to follow me on my journey, and yes, comment down below anything that you picked up from this. I really hope this was able to bless someone. Continue to be beautiful, stay lit, live your best life, sis. See you in my next video.
I've been trying to get over you. I've been crying, tell me, what can I do? I've been trying to get over you. I've been crying, tell me, what can I do? I've been